Good morning, guys. Got a quick story I want to tell you guys about an incident at work, about how I caught my homeless employee living in one of our showers and how I found out. So, back last fall, I believe we hired this gentleman. Well, my assistant hired this gentleman, I believe it was in September, October. I didn't know the guy was homeless, right? Had my suspicion, but I really didn't know. And let me preface this by saying I really believe I have about 4 or 5 individuals living on our parking lot that are homeless. And man, for some reason, I just don't have the heart to go and kick them off the lot. I just don't have the heart to kick them off the lot because I see these 4 or 5 vehicles like every other day. And I notice where they park. I've seen them come in, but they're not bothering anybody. Nobody's coming in complaining that they're panhandling or anything like that in the parking lots. But man, being on YouTube, I see people living in their cars and things of that nature. I just don't have the heart to go kick them off the parking lot. As of it stands right now, they're not bothering anybody, not causing any trouble. So I'm just letting them be. So hired this employee last fall, right? And in November, I was about to fire the employee because of his attendance. And the day I was going to fire him, it was about 18 degrees outside. And I asked him, did he have anywhere to go when he got off work that day? Because I was just trying to figure out what was going on with him. I was like, when you get off work tonight, do you have anywhere to go? I'm actually just trying to see if he had somewhere to go after I fired him, but he didn't. So I felt bad for the gentleman. So I went in, instead of firing him, I put him on a second final warning for his attendance because I just felt bad because he had nowhere to go. It was 18 degrees outside. So I felt bad. So I went and paid for him a hotel for a week out of my own pocket, not the company's pocket, my own pocket. And went and bought him a hotel, a cheap hotel. It was a decent place. It was like $250 for it was like 5 days. Because what was supposed to happen is once I paid that, he was supposed to start paying by the week after that. He didn't do that. After his 5 days was up, he just went back to being homeless. I found that out. I was like, you know what? I was nice. I did what I did for him. It is what it is. I felt better because I knew he wasn't out I didn't let him go back out in the streets in 18-degree weather. So after I paid for that week, it was back on him again. It is what it is. I wasn't worried about it. Wasn't concerned about it. I just did what I felt was right. So then it come to find out, let me tell you how I found out he was living in our showers at work. So I'm just doing part of my daily duties. I'm doing video review. Just seeing if I see anything strange. Seeing if I see it I'm approving employee meals, manager meals, discounts, things of that nature, because all these transactions on the cash registers get flagged for the management staff to sit down and review. Employee meals, any type of discount, any type of manager meals, senior discounts, rewards points. We have to review all of this to make sure it's being done by a team member or manager. Because some employees are famous for trying to come into the restaurants and get meals and take home to their families, which is not allowed. So I'm doing video review one morning, and on video I see the gentleman coming from our shower area. And he had what looked to be like a blanket in his hand, but it's this big. Like a bunch of things wrapped in a big blanket. He's coming out the shower hallway, and then he goes into our money room, and drops it down in the corner. So I was like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So I was like, you know what, let me go back a couple days and see what's going on here. So I started asking some questions. So I go back and I review a few more days. And I see at nighttime, he comes up there. Once we get really slow, the restaurants are closed. Of course, the travel center is still open. He's coming up there at night, and a cashier is giving him a shower. And then I see him grab his pile of stuff in our cash room and walk down the shower hallway and go into a shower, the same shower. So every night, the cashier will put the same shower out of order and let him get the shower. This went on for about 5 days. So at nighttime, when we slowed up, he would come up to the travel stop, talk to the cashier, because he was still working there at this time. They would give him a shower, and he would sleep in the shower at night. Now, granted, that's not allowed. Our showers cost $15. Now, anyone can come up and buy a shower. You can be just a normal pedestrian. You don't have to be a truck driver to buy a shower. But the showers are not free. We can't let you use a shower to sleep in because you're homeless. We just can't do that. This is a business. We can't allow that. But like I said, it went on for about a week. And then I had to explain to the cashier. Went in one morning early, explained to the cashiers, we don't allow this. We don't allow this. So I had to sit him down and explain to him, I'm sorry about the situation, but you can't be living in our showers at night. Those showers are for paying customers. If you can't pay for the shower, we can't let you have a shower. And then after that, guys, I'm doing video review again. A couple days later, I see him sleeping in the restaurant because the restaurants are closed at night. Then the dude is sleeping in the restaurants. And then I'm like, listen, then I had to document him because I've already had this conversation. You couldn't stay in our showers at night. Now I catch you sleeping in the damn restaurant at night. I'm like, no. You can't do this. You can't do this, man. You can't do this. So I had to document him for that because we already had talked to him about this. I already spoke to him about it. Said you can't sleep in the showers. Now I catch you sleeping in the restaurant. You can't do this. So then I have to document him because we already had this conversation with him. So then his attendance still sucked. And then I had to fire him like a week before Christmas. But yeah, I never told this story before, but yeah, I caught the guy homeless guy sleeping in my shower, sleeping in the restaurant, and then I had to fire him after going through all this, me paying for a hotel room for him, then him sleeping in the showers at night, sleeping in the restaurant at night, then I had to shower the guy because his attendance still sucked. Yeah, so I was just thinking about this morning. I said, let me tell this story real quick before I go to work because this story kind of funny. So guys, enjoy your day. Appreciate all the support. This Frank Talks Money. I'm out of here.